冷めてゆく。カップは一つだけ、その静けさの中に君の気配はなかった。 And this time I knew 今まですぐそばにいるような気がしてた。でも今日だけはその空気さえ薄くて、君は本当にもういないんだって。僕の中のどこかが静かにうなずいた。 Not with pain But with pain 君はいなくて、でもいる。姿も音もなくなって、それでもこの夜の空気が少しだけ暖かいのは、君が過去じゃなくいたという真実だけがここに残ったから。二度目の窓すれ違った写真、君が言った足跡がもう消されても僕は歩けてる。後ろを振り返ることがなくなってきた。それは忘れたんじゃなくて、後ろに君がいないことを僕の足が覚えてしまったから。Isn't forgetting, it's knowing 君はいなくて、でもいる。もう前みたいに探したりしない。この静けさの中で君の言葉が僕の中で眠ってる。 Not gone, just quiet 信じることをやめたわけじゃない。信じなくてもここにあるものがあるって、ただそれだけの暗証を手にしただけ。君はいなくて、でもいる。君がもういないことを受け入れた。この夜にやっと自分の息を自分のものとしてすれてた。僕はもう君の声じゃなく、僕の足音で明日を歩いていく。 And somehow I know you want that 朝が来た。でもその光が何かを照らす証にはならなかった。ただ光は二人を超えていた。 And I stayed in the dark
目覚めたけど行きたいとこはない。窓の向こう知らない世界。答えなんて昨日もなかった。言葉にしても何も変わなかった。それでも隣に君がいて、その空気だけで僕は立ってて、今だけって思ってたけど、その今がまだ続いてること It scares me
But I'm here 明日はどこに答えなんていらないって言えたら楽なのに。でもこの手がまだつながってるってことだけが今の答えだった。同じミルクを温めて、同じ窓の光を見た。でもそれが幸せなんて呼べるほど軽くない。僕たちはたったそこにいたかっただけ。
昨日の声が残る心の中でまだ揺れてる。君の微笑みが深くて、僕の嘘が薄くて、見えない明日に生きるって本当は二度としたくなかった。でもこの静けさに嘘がないってだけで救われた。 So I sat there too
明日はどこに指の間からすり抜ける答えのない願いをただ一つだけ忘れ
Hello, 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 hello. Karopi! What's up, what's up, what's up? I'm gonna be... What is up, what is up, what is up? Oof, alright, here we go. In the meantime, we still have some time. So, we're gonna prep a little bit of... Acolyte is the way. RO4. Oh, you support it. It's good that you're here. We're gonna wind it down a little bit here, because we're gonna start the interview in a little bit. But in the meantime, join me. I'm gonna be making the YouTube hold on there. Pretty much made an ME priest. Oh god damn. Actually, here, let me just do this. This is gonna be our this is gonna be kind of our thumbnail for to be able to do that. Somewhere along those lines, right? Don't know all my ads while I work. Oh god. Yeah, I turned off the ads for Twitch, but I already know they're not gonna do it anyway. Hello, hello.
Hey.
Let me.
How are you?
Pretty good. How about yourself? Let me get everything ready here.
Okay. I want to tell my server, so what should I tell them? Like, how do they join?
Yeah, you could link them to either the YouTube or Twitch, and I will give you the link here for both. Okay. I'll put it in this chat as well. Or actually, I'll put it in the SpiritVale Discord. Never mind. Polaris beat me to it.
Huh.
Yeah, they're quick with it. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
There we go.
Announce. So, Twitch is the main one or YouTube?
A little bit of both. There's people that prefer Twitch because of the emotes and all that, but there's the culture. But there's a lot of people that just prefer YouTube because they just have the superior player, basically.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, are we online now?
Yes, we are.
Oh, okay. I actually don't use Twitch. Let me announce it.
Yeah, don't worry about it. It's relaxed. Like a lot of the every interview I do, it's kind of just like just pretend or not really pretend, just be it's treat it as like you're having a conversation with a friend. Because honestly, like the every interview that I do, any podcast that I do, unless you're an RO3 dev, you probably shouldn't be nervous.
Hmm. Okay.
Um,
So what do I call you? LF?
yeah, you can call me LF. You can call me Michael. You can call me Mike LF. You can call me Fatty if you want. I go by. All right.
Okay.
So let me just turn that on for the audience there. And I'm gonna have the chat rolling in there as well. Yeah, we still have technically 5 minutes, so just warm up, do what it
Yep.
and then we'll roll out the questions here soon. But for the most part, yeah, how have you been? I know you
So
had to
busy.
pull an all-nighter for that one night.
Yeah, it's scary. Like people losing data. Like that's the worst.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so I was trying to resolve it with random guy. He's kind of the back end guy now.
Mm-hmm.
He's yeah, he was one of the players and he became like a supporter. Um, yeah, he was building like the entire deployment system. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Wow.
it's good.
That's a labor of love right there. See, that's what I like to see.
Yeah.
I mean, just people who actually I mean, just like me who believe in the project, right? Because I'll be honest with you, and I want to give props to him. It was M Gods. He's one of our he's been with the community for a very long time. He's one of the top guys that I rely on for like when it comes to PvP. He actually introduced the game to me. He noticed that I was getting frustrated. I don't know if you know, but we pioneer test or we alpha test RO3, or we have been.
Yeah.
But he kind of sensed already like the frustration that I was having. Um, and it was boggling my mind how it was so hard for the RO3 devs to kind of like understand what made RO good. And he was kind of sensing that, and he was like, "Hey, LF, like actually, I'm playing this game right now. It's on playtest on Steam. It's called SpiritVale. You should give it a try, and I think you'll actually like it because I know what you're looking for." And I tried it, and then the community saw me play it, and I was like, I think what was the first class I did was Summoner.
Mm.
I was doing summoner, and then I noticed like all the different types of summons for different type of builds, and the fact that your summons inherit like 50% of your stats at the max level of that passive, um, kind of makes that class incredibly flexible. It's probably going to be a nightmare to balance, but at the same time, just the diversity, the build diversity, the choices that you have, and essentially how the class just opens up a lot of avenues for you because of the card system that you have in place. That's also, from what I noticed, like really true to RO1. The build diversity, it's just you can get really creative with a class. Like it could be like the thing that I like about it is even if you go for I would say like a less efficient, like in some words like non-meta build, um, it still works and it's still fun. That's probably the best thing that I've experienced with that one. And I think like the community saw that and they saw the possibilities with that. And I believe 100% of the community went summoner first before they tried out other they tried out other classes. So the whole concept of the class is just amazing.
Oh yeah, it's very flexible.
Yeah. Oh, there we go.
Especially after the last patch. Like it's all neutral damage now, so you can be
Yeah.
any element. Yeah.
Yep. All right. So we're nearing on the 1 a.m. For me at least it's 1 a.m. mark here. So I don't want to keep you for too long. I know you have a lot to do. A lot of pressure on you, a lot of time that you have to spend. So I don't want the SpiritVale community to complain that I'm keeping the developer for too long. But there are some things that we would really like to know, and I think is going to be really crucial for because there's a lot of things that the moment that a game company or a developer or a publisher says that, immediately people write off the game. The reason why I wanted to do this interview, because I don't think that SpiritVale is going to be a victim to that. So I mean, to start, um, before we go into it, I kind of just wanted to see like the dev side of things, the human side of like the dev side of things, because you put in a lot of work. Like, you look at this game and you know that it's gonna be it's a lot of work, it's a lot of pressure, and it's a lot of people complaining over like little issues, and that you have to deal with it pretty much solo on a daily basis. So I just want you to know that we understand that, especially me, and that we're on your side on this one, and we fully support your project, right? So I hope that you feel welcome within the community. And that's an awesome mug, by the way. Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's see. To start, I'd like to ask about like the inspiration for the game, because the description mentioned that it was inspired from the classic, Ragnarok Online, and majority, probably 90% of my community, are Ragnarok Online fans. Love Ragnarok Online, like the first one, not the whatever followed. Can you talk us through the journey of starting this project, before it began, when it began, the process, and what inspired you to make it? And I really want you to just you know, uh, tell us everything. Don't leave out any details. Anything that you'd want to say or want us to know, and take your time with it.
Yeah. Okay. Just a warning, it's gonna be like a jumble because I'm pretty bad at this stuff.
Not at all. No,
But
we're here to listen.
um, yeah. Well, for me, my background is I've been in mobile games for 10 years. But like I wasn't really happy with what I was making or where I was at. So
Mhm.
this project was kind of a way to get away from that. Like making a game I was 100% passionate about without compromises. Like what players expect in an MMO, or what are other games doing, or what's the trend. Like I don't want any of that.
Mhm.
Um, like I feel like that's part of the reason the genre is being stagnant, because everyone kind of does the same thing,
Yeah,
and we kind of forgot, like, kind of like the magic of what we felt with RO1,
exactly.
when it was like the Wild West where games can do whatever they want.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, obviously this game's inspired by MMO, Ragnarok Online, and it also borrows a lot from Project Return to Morocco, which
Mhm.
was a private server. It was the last private server I played, and it was probably one of the best. Uh, yeah, I don't know if you heard
Yeah.
of it.
Yep, I did. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's been shut down now, but
Yeah.
yeah. Anyway, so like after so long, I still haven't found a game like RO. Like for some reason, people can't recreate it. So yeah, that's one of the reasons was yeah, I wanted to recreate that feeling. It's recreate my dream game.
Yep.
So I started with writing down what that means. Like what does my dream game need to have? Things like I need to be able to hunt for specific items. Um, I need to be able to build craft my character and have multiple creative ways to build it. Uh, Fast and fluid combat. Like, RO was clunky, but the combat was not easy.
Yeah.
And yeah, there's a little bit of skill involved, but not as much as Dark Souls. Like that's the level I was aiming for.
Mhm.
Um, And you know what makes an MMO a good MMO? Like it should have the Holy Trinity. It should have good mob density. I should
Yep.
be able to collect things for like crafting and forming set items. So those were what
Yes.
I was thinking about. Um,
And
yeah,
just
and yeah,
Yep. And just to comment on that real quick, by the way, I think that the whole set item thing is something that RO1 tried to kind of like do, but they kind of just like gave up. And now I'm seeing Spirit Vale right now having those set items, having those like cards complement those set items, and having those build like really complement those set items, and having enough diversity in set items. Whereas like in RO1 right now, for example, like if you're going for like AoE, if you're going for like Ranger, like you really have to have the white wing set. It's like you can't really go anything past beyond that if you want to go that route. And seeing the diversity, and this game is right now it's an alpha, and you have
yeah,
that much build diversity already. So, and I think that's one of the reasons why not just myself but the community is so excited about it, and really just having fun, right? It's like you're not supposed to have this much content or like fun in an alpha technically because it's supposed to be limited, but just and I'm sorry to interrupt you here, but like I just have to get this out. The fact that you have created something that has at the very base already has the essence of like R1 and what made it good, and then you this is where I get frustrated with RO3 in particular, is because they said that we want to modernize it for today's audience. But I got frustrated because their modernization is basically like kind of like dumbing things down a little bit, and just not really like expanding upon what made RO1 like good. And then I go over to SpiritVale, and all of a sudden like, oh, SpiritVale has everything that I love about an MMO, everything I loved about RO1, and then you added like certain quality of life stuff like pressing F on like a mob and you can see the drop rate, the stats, the weakness to the elements, the drop rate chances. And then you have like all these diverse like sets as the base of the game that allows you to like build anything, just about anything and everything with every single class. Like sure, it might be a little bit suboptimal for some situations, but it's fun. It's creative. I'm not stuck with like a cookie cutter build, and I could be an auto bolter like rogue if I wanted to, or something like that. So yeah, I just wanted to get that out because I think that was like the very key thing that we noticed immediately with your game. And yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry to interrupt you.
yeah, no worries. I just want to add to that, like in the mobile space, I think very common is you want to get as many people as you want in the game,
Hmm.
but that kind of means dumbing down the game so that anyone can play it.
Yeah.
But there's actually a saying by Arrowhead Games, I think. They're like, a game for everyone is a game for no one. And like, I feel strongly about that. So I'm not saying it's good, but it's like, there's no hand holding in SpiritVale. And so players actually have to learn about the game, discover, explore. Like, that's also part of the original RO, in my opinion.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I completely agree.
So where was I?
Yep.
Okay, so
Yep.
I started this project about a year ago, and that was when I made the first prototype, testing feasibility. Yeah, and I built a combat system. It was actually 2.5D back then, but like it didn't really look very good. So I actually took a long break from that.
Hmm.
Until start of this year, I lost my job and I was pretty depressed.
Sorry to hear
Uh,
that.
oh yeah, one day I just started with the character screen, like, okay, let's start working on this again. And yeah, 7 months later, we're here.
We're
Like,
here.
it's on Steam. Yeah.
Oh my God. What a journey so far, huh?
Yeah.
So that's essentially where like the journey began, and you know what they say when like when a door closes another one opens, and I think this was like that for you. So but that can't be an easy journey, right? That's definitely not like something that's easily that you can just like brush off technically, because that's a huge shift in your life. But the fact that you went from that and somehow built what we have right now with Spirit Vale is honestly it's inspiring. Because like usually when people get pushed into a corner, they get desperate, and then instead you made something that we genuinely love. Like I hope you realize that. I hope you know that. But yeah, and then so you went over to, you just sat down, looked at the character screens, decided to start with that. So that was basically like you looking at the door right there, and opened up that door. And then what leads like after that? What's the process look like after that?
Well, it's actually like really hard to get to the point of, building the first screen. Um, like I was I had no motivation for a long time, but as soon as you start and you kind of keep going, and then like the motivation builds,
Mm-hmm.
something like that. But yeah, also like working on something you love, it helps. Every day I'm excited, like, building this new system, it will open up new mechanics, um, yeah, stuff like that. Or
Yeah.
like adding these new animations, and then suddenly your game looks so much cooler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Um,
yeah. So when it comes to that, it's like what you're building this, because you have to realize, like from our perspective, like we haven't really been in like the that space that you have, right? So hearing you go through that process right now is pretty amazing. So you start from the character creation screen, you start building the first maps, you start building the animations as well, and then you obviously like the sound design comes into that as well. It's like and then you sat down in front of like, wow, I have a game in my hands. What do I want in this game? So like when you were making the game, it's like what exactly were you like, okay, I want this in the game, I want this in the game, and I want this in the game, and they're gonna work really well together.
hmm. Well, like I'm not sure if you know, but most of the art and music, animation, they're all asset packed.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's about finding what's available and what works together.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, like I already had a game in my mind, and was really excited to show people. But also, an MMO needs so many things, so it's like 6 months of, man, can't wait to show people this.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah. And then so because like I'll describe it to you, like the first impression that I had, I got into a town. I was like, okay, I'm walking around the town, I'm talking to all these NPCs, figuring out on my own, kind of like really a sandbox experience, like no hand holding, really very minimal hand holding, besides like certain like aspects of the town when you talk to the first NPC, and you go out into the town, and then the first thing I noticed immediately, wow, like nice wide like field. It was bright, it was incredibly bright at first, but I know that was already like adjusted. And then I just started attacking mobs. I just started killing mobs, and it was like, wow, okay. I was like, and I don't know what caused it. I think I was trying to pick up loot with F, and then I accidentally pressed F on a mob, and then it's like, oh wait, it opened up a window. Oh, what are these? Oh, this is what it drops. This is, so like when was that like something that you had in mind already before you even made the game, and you were just like, you know what, this would be a really good quality of life? Because the way that I see it, based on like how I've seen previous games, is that you usually would have to go into your menu, you would go into like a monster research book or something, or compendium, and you'd have to go in there and you'd have to look at the types of mobs, or you try to search it if you want. And it's a whole process that you have to do when you're just checking like a singular mob. Whereas in this one, it was just like, all right, I want to know what this boss drops. I don't want to know what this mob drops. And you press F and you see it. It's like, when was this something that you had initially designed, and like just based on experience?
Um, well, I mean, Aro had sense, right? Was that just a mage skill?
It was only a mage skill, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, like when I was playing my own game, I'm like, I want to know what this thing drops, even as a debugging, debugging perspective.
Hmm.
So, and that was way easier than adding a whole new screen for, monsters. I don't know, it was just a natural way to
Yeah.
to go.
Yeah, really, really good quality life, in my opinion. So yeah, that alone was like already great. I felt like the best word I could probably put into it, it was a very mindful feature, I would say, for like from like a player perspective, where again, I don't have to go through so many steps, and it makes it so every time I go into a map, I'm excited, right? I'm like, okay, what does this guy drop? Oh, what does this guy drop? Right? It's like, you know what I mean? And there's also like that hilarity sometimes because and I know this happened in one of the live streams where I was looking for a 3% drop item, and all the 1% item dropped like multiple times, and I wasn't able to get it. And it was kind of like, it was like, obviously, like when you're farming, there's that bit of frustration, but it was also hilarious at the same time. So you're having fun with it. And just knowing that fact in your head already, okay, these are the rates and all that. Yeah, that was really good. So yeah, I want to move on to the next question, but before I do, I want you to have like any closing statements on that question. Anything that you would want everybody to share, because like it's really nice hearing it from a developer perspective, and kind of like the steps that you took getting into where this game is now. Because honestly, you don't expect to have this much fun in an alpha. I'll tell you that right now. And I don't think I can probably count in like one hand, or barely even half of a hand, like the times that I actually had fun in an alpha, in terms of like playing it for hours on end, um just as the base game.
Well, actually, I wasn't expecting this many players. I was like, it would be cool to have 20 players online at once.
Hmm.
And like, it was like a really, 100 concurrent players would be my end goal or something like that. And
Or way
Return to
past.
Morocco. Yeah, we're past that now. So, and but like Return to Morocco had 500, and I thought that was like, wow, that would be amazing if I reached that.
Hmm.
Yeah, but it's pretty cool that people actually like it.
Yeah. Yeah. Again, it's I think when you build something that you generally believe in, that you generally like want, like there's no there's no like shareholders barking at you from the back like, hey, this doesn't look profitable, hey, this doesn't, you know what I mean? Then you kind of like get into the situation where like, even as a base game, because of the fact that you generally believe that this is a good feature, a good product to have, to make, a good creation to have, like, kind of uh put out into the community, into the game world. I think that's one of the reasons why people really love the game. But with that in mind, um the next question that I have is essentially, um something that ruins even the greatest games is, and I know that like a lot of people are curious about this. I already read about this in the website as well, but I just wanted to like have it here on the interview as well. Is what's our plan for like the monetization? Yeah, and I wanted to ask that one because uh, we've had dev interviews before, we've had dev talks before, and even like people, or like my friends in the content creator community, that usually like, one of them, like the biggest ones probably, like does like a lot of dev interviews, way more than I do, is Canon. um and every time, he knows already, like every time he talks to a developer or to a company or producer or a CEO, we really kind of dig into this topic a little bit, because um a lot of these big companies, NCSoft being like one of the more egregious ones, is they tend to skirt around what they mean by like pay to win, which is pay to win essentially starts with any form of power for for real money, for a real money transaction. A lot of people have different kind of like thresholds for pay to win. Myself, me personally, I actually don't mind if a game is pay to win, as long as me as a free to play player, because I usually play these games free to play, right? From a free to play perspective, that's my whole shtick. And I don't mind if it's pay to win. I don't mind if people pay to get ahead, to progress a little bit faster, if it me as long as I'm not gated with my content, as long as I can access the full game with as a free to play player. And usually the games that provide this, and this is what I've noticed with myself, is that if games provide this, some or experience like this, I will tend to buy, like, usually it's like cosmetics, costumes. I will tend to like throw money. Sometimes I don't even like the costume, but I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna spend it anyway. You know what I mean? It's it's that type of thing. So that's why I wanted to bring this into the table, because and I kind of already know the answer to this one, but I just wanted it to be part of the interview. What are the plans for like monetization for the game so far?
Okay. Well, I want to start with like, a lot of big companies and big games, they're kind of forced into these, what is it? Like they try to milk as much money from players as possible, right? Because they
Yeah,
actually have to, because they got like teams of 40 people, or they got investors to pay back.
yeah,
But like SpiritVale has none of that. Like it's just me. So I feel like I got a lot more freedom in that aspect. And also my first game took 4 years, and I know every project has a lifeline. Like actually at around the 2 year mark you start burning out, and then it goes downhill from there.
hmm,
That's why I've been trying to, build this as fast as possible. But, doesn't mean it's gonna be a worse game, but I know where to, like, I'm not gonna build every model by myself. That'll just take too long.
yeah,
So yeah, I'm mindful of that. So that's why I feel like SpiritVale could get away with like not an actual good monetization model. And there's been a lot of discussion about that by the community. Mm. So right now my thinking is you can just buy the game once off, because actually I don't really like subscriptions myself. Because I
yeah,
don't know when I'm gonna play and when I'm gonna take a break.
exactly.
And yeah, so it'll be like simple perks, like you'll buy the game and you have, say more bank space or more character slots,
Hmm.
things like that. I still haven't finalized that yet.
Yep.
Um, but yeah, I'm trying to gauge what the community thinks is pay to win. Some people think even bank slots are pay to win. A lot of people don't like XP boosts. But yeah, I
Yeah,
realize you can't really please anyone, because everyone has a different
like
view of what
threshold. Yeah,
win means.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think by definition, pay to win is just like a direct correlation to power versus money spent. So me personally, like all this convenience stuff, XP buffs, it's in a way it's a pay to progress. It does inherently get you like faster levels or something like that. Yeah, so I can see why people would see it as pay to win, but in all honesty, if you're playing the game, you're progressing. Bank slots, inventory slots, extra weight, um, even like a pet that you can buy that will pick up items for you. You don't have to press F anymore or something like that. These are all like convenience things, and they don't really lead directly to power. They lead to convenience a little bit, right? So there's like a bit of a threshold. I know some people will disagree with that, because like I said, different people have different thresholds for monetization, and like what it means to be pay to win. But I think like you said, you have a lot more freedom, and again, you have we like we have a very like active community that really is very vocal about that stuff. So I think from that alone, you'll get like a pretty good gauge of of what the threshold for the community is when it comes to monetization. But yeah, so that's good to hear. So no, like nobody like you're basically not gonna put anything in there like, oh, you can buy like a I know a lot of games, a lot of free to play games, for example, they'll sell you something in the marketplace that like, hey, you can refine your weapon safely to +9 if you buy this at the cash shop, right? So we're not gonna have any of that essentially.
No, I think I don't know, that's just like you might as well go to the casino. I'm not trying to
Yeah.
make a slot machine, you know?
Exactly. Good, good.
Yeah.
Um, yeah.
Um,
So as long as like we know like I think the community just really wants to know where your head is at when it comes to that, and I think that answer pretty much gives us an idea of where that is, and it's I think we're headed towards a good direction when it comes to like monetization and that stuff. Again, to the community itself, it's like the game has to be sustainable in some way, shape, or form, and I think that like all these convenience items like bank slots and all that, I think it's PoE does it right? PoE is considered like a
yeah.
good game, and they sell like extra like stash lots and all that. So if you're willing to organize your storage, you'll be fine. Like you're not missing out on anything. But if you're a hoarder like me, then you probably need a lot of like bank slots for all your items. So yeah, that's really really good to hear. I love that. I love hearing that. And the next one we have here is what has been the biggest challenge in development so far, and how have you been like tackled it, especially like with the community response and everything. Like I know like a lot of people get really emotional over like a lot of like little like issues or problems that pop up, especially in an alpha, mind you. Like just to remind people, the game currently is in alpha. It's a free playtest on Steam if you guys want to try it out, if you're new to the stream and you just tuned in. It's on Steam, SpiritVale. So what are the biggest challenges that you had so far, beside like I mean, including the one that just happened a couple of days ago?
Um, yeah, like I didn't expect such big community, and then like I never managed one before. So yeah, sometimes I just have to turn Discord off,
Yeah,
because I tend to get obsessed. Yeah, people are like, no, my class is weak. Look at that guy, look at that class. But it's like every class thinks the other class is OV.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
But in terms of development, I think the main challenges is uh making maps, believe it or not,
Oh
and
yeah.
also back-end development because I'm more of a gameplay developer.
Hmm.
But yeah, luckily I have a few supporters now. Like Kaylin has made 4 maps so far, and 2 are in game currently, and I'm trying to add the other 2 soon.
Nice.
And Random Guy is like setting up the whole deployment system, so yeah, it's
Yeah.
amazing. And he also built the wiki, so yeah, that's pretty cool.
Oh yeah, I use that as well.
Yeah. Yeah, and they seem pretty passionate about it. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, and I mean that's what happens when you make something that people play it and they believe in it, right? So I hope that like, in the journey that you've had so far, that you kind of like realize that like, hey, you're making something special here. So that's maps, man. It's I definitely get it. A lot of people who play RO1 definitely they probably like want like, like bigger maps with like bigger ice, like, like wide, like bigger like isometric view kind of, or bird's eye view. So yeah, I kind of definitely kind of get it as well. But I think so far the maps have been like decent size. I know that people have that I see in the Discord complaining about like, hey, I feel like the grind spots need to be a little bit more denser. They need to be like a little bit bigger because so and so is stepping over my grind spot. But like that happens in every MMO. Like, could they be bigger? Maybe. But at the same time, it's like if the complaint is somebody's going over to your spot and farming your your stuff, that happens in every MMO. Like you cannot avoid that, especially and especially once the population starts getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Then you know, um, which is probably like what's going to lead to this next question. Um, I wanted to kind of like see what the state of servers are going to be for let's say like the game launches. Is it going to be, we're going to have multiple servers? Are we going to have like channels to kind of like combat the density of players in each map? And also, are we going to keep the ability to keep our characters even when switching servers? Because right now, I don't know if some people may or may not know, if you're playing on the NA East server and you're switching over to the Southeast Asian server, you can actually play your character from the NAE server there, and that's kind of like how that's something that we're a big fan of, because our community dynasty, for example, is 50-50. 50% of us are in Asia, 50% of us are in North America, and North America and EU. And a lot of the times we decide on a server when a game comes out, and we decide on, let's say, like NA, and then as the game goes on, there's less NA players, and the C players are like, well, we should have just went to C, and vice versa. So what the game currently does for us is that when there's more C players, we play in the C server. When there's more NA players, we play on the NA server. So it's kind of like that. It kind of looks like a channel of sorts, like with different locations. So I was wondering, are we going to be able to keep the ability to keep our characters, regardless of like when we switch over to a server slash channel that's from a different quote unquote region?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely want to if I can. Like, I don't see why not, unless I'm missing something.
Yeah.
Because I don't really like having to be stuck to one channel or one region, world channel, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then suddenly my friend joins another one, and I have to pay money or something to get there or start over. Like,
Yeah.
why?
Yeah.
Um, so I think one issue right now is it takes a bit of time to sync to the database, and then sometimes when you switch servers, it it's not synced yet. Like that's what I see,
Yeah.
but I think that's solvable, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. And again, it's a lot of these issues we're kind of like tackling right now in the alpha. Because what I know sometimes is I'll have a different inventory. My inventory or storage in C will be different from my inventory storage in NA, and it kind of has its own charm a little bit, right? It's like you have a house in North America, and like you have your furniture there, technically your storage, and you have the same thing as well for Southeast Asia. So I mean, however way, shape, or form that gets implemented, I think the community is going to appreciate it a lot, especially people that have friends all over the world and communities that have members all over the world, like my own. And I think this is probably like the most asked question that I have from my community here. Will there be guilds, and what guild activities can we expect? Like GVGs, like guild leagues, castle siege, or can we also have like a guild versus environment thing where you kind of like fight a wave of monsters, and like like an attack from from mobs defending your guild castle, or something like that. Like, what do we have in
Yeah,
store?
it's I haven't thought too much about it, but yeah, it's definitely going to be part of SpiritVale, like guilds. I mean, guilds are going to be start as, glorified friend lists,
Mm-hmm.
but um, with time there'll be guild activities. Like I think that's a big part of RO,
Yeah.
and I feel like the main draw of WoW, WoE, was seeing so many people online at once and having these huge battles, and also the preparation for that, like crafting potions, weapons, whatever.
Siege supplies. Yeah.
Um, yeah, yeah. So I think that kind of stuff is gonna be in SpiritVale in some form. Probably not in the exact same format,
Mm-hmm.
maybe there's been a lot of MMOs since RO, so can probably take ideas from existing games.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of examples out there. You have your Black Desert, you have your Arcade, you have your, you have all these ideas that are coming out, like even from in games that are in development as well. And I think that's like one of the biggest things about like SpiritVale is SpiritVale, from a developer's perspective, from at least from a player perspective, looking at what's being made, it does feel like there's always this burning question with MMORPG gamers that like why can't devs just understand what works in MMOs and put it and make it into one MMO? And I think that's probably the impression that like my community currently has with SpiritVale is that SpiritVale is an MMO that kind of like so far from what we've experienced and what we've seen is you've you understand what makes an MMORPG fun, what makes an MMORPG good, and then you're starting to implement these things and mesh them together in a way that works. And I think that's something that we really appreciate. And if we could see that in like these guild activities as well, is going to be insanely good. Yeah, and this one right here, I think a lot of because a lot of our Southeast Asian gamers, they like having their handhelds. NA gamers tend to like go for more PC. What platforms will SpiritVale launch in, and will they be crossplay?
Yeah. So I'll focus on Steam release for now, and
Mm-hmm.
Steam Deck compatibility.
Mm,
That'll be my main focus. Probably until early access. Yeah, so by early access there'll be full Steam Deck support.
nice.
And
Okay.
then after that, like since I'm a mobile dev, so I think porting to mobile won't be too hard. I'm using Unity, so it's just building to Android.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then like making sure it works on touchscreen, making sure the UI looks right.
Yeah.
Um, and then eventually, like, it'll be really cool if it was on Switch, but I have no experience with that, so that's a maybe for now.
Yeah. All right. Sounds good. So and this one right here, leading from that question is and I hope the answer is no. No, just kidding. Will it have auto grind, auto play? I know that's something that we've kind of like been we have bot hunters right now that are hunting for people that are somehow, some way people in an alpha decide to still automate their gameplay. Um, will it have auto grind or auto play?
Oh no, no way.
No.
Like,
Yeah.
I mean, auto grind is kind of like anti-gaming.
Mm,
Um,
exactly.
it's like, why would you make a game for people to not play it? Like, w- I don't get it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Um, and I'm glad that you said that because I was like, yeah. I'm glad you said that because I think that's something that I've been really vocal about. I have probably, besides maybe two, I have been kicked out of every content creator program that I've been a part of because I was incredibly critical about the game and incredibly vocal about the game. Mind you, it's not like I'm like yelling at them. I'm always like laying out my points in like bullet points for them to understand why autoplay is good. It ruins your game. People don't feel as invested. Number one, it clogs up your open world with people that aren't really there. One of the best experiences that we've had so far in Spirit Vale is probably the first boss that we fought was the cactus boss, and we fought it with a bunch of random people that that I mean, now we're like are part of the community now, and we kind of just like naturally and organically just kind of like, hey, you want to party up and kill this boss? Like, sure. And then we just invited people in a party. And I think that's like one of the best aspects of like an MMORPG that's like alive with a world that's alive, that feels alive and is alive, versus a bunch of robots like running around. Not besides the fact that it will ruin your game economy. Um, and speaking of economy, just a follow up question to that: will there be an auction house, or are we going for like the old school classic like vending in the streets type deal?
Um, I mean, I like the vending idea because it helps make the game feel alive. Um, feel real.
Yeah.
Uh, and like auction house is really convenient, right? But then it could turn your game into like
Yeah.
you're just playing the auction house. You're not really playing the game.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm
Um,
still thinking about that.
yeah. I think I mean I definitely agree with you on that front there. 'Cause like um the best thing about RO for me is, and I know some people, might disagree with this one, but one of the best things about RO for me was being able to walk down like the streets of Frontera and look at people's, like, sometimes you never know, like you might find like a good deal that's like way better than the prices like up north or something like that, and it does make the game feel incredibly alive. And sometimes you can see somebody vending, and if they're like not fully AFK and you send them a whisper, you send them a DM like, hey, by the way, you're selling this for 500,000. Can I buy it for 300? You know what I mean? It like you can't really do that in an auction house setting, right? It's like you don't know, unless they put the name on there, then you don't really know who you bought it from. A classic example would be like ROM. Technically, you could know who's selling it, but you only really know who's selling it after you bought it. So it removes that aspect of like community. It's like when you're trying to haggle, like, because you never know, maybe somebody's in a rush, they want to sell it for cheaper because they want to buy something else, and that kind of like keeps up the kind of like the economy going. And again, it's more player interaction that's organic, that's natural. And yeah, I think that's something that's really something that I can look forward to a lot if that is the case. Yeah, and something that I forgot to ask you is that I I I also appreciate the fact that, how like when you're talking about sends as a mage in RO, and now you can just press F on mobs and get their mobs, the mob info, the drop info. One thing that I appreciate is that you can actually battle res your teammates by pressing F on them when they're on the ground. I didn't know the game. The thing is that the game doesn't teach you this. You just kind of like figure it out on your own, which is like one of the best parts about like not the game not having hand holding, is that you always um you always like figure something out, you learn something new, and it's like it's that moment where you're like, oh, I didn't know I could do that. And it was like, yeah, no, I just found out about it on accident. And that in itself also encourages people to kind of like communicate and talk with each other, and like, kind of like shows people like, hey, if you talk to other people, if you play with other people, then you're going to learn these things that they found out that you probably don't know, which was the case for me. So that's it's really really good. And the one of the last like questions that I wanted to ask you here from my own perspective is do we have a possible like launch date, like maybe early access or games like open beta, full launch, whatever that we have that you can tell us right now?
Oh, well, I can't confirm it, but I'm aiming for early access by end of the year. Um, yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
it's quite soon, but yeah, that's my goal. And like, I'm sure there's going to be unforeseen challenges along the way. So yeah, I
yeah,
can't say for sure.
yeah. So yeah, again, for the community, be patient. Um, we we already have kind of like the perspective from the developer, with Phil here right now, saying that he wants to get the game out as soon as possible. He wants to get the game out at a certain timeline. So I think it goes without saying that the game is developing as fast as it can. And again, if there's people out there that are very passionate about it in any way, shape, or form, and I'm gonna post it. I didn't ask you this in advance, but thankfully Polaris kind of like sent it to me here. If you want to support the project, if you want to support the game right now and kind of like help it along, I'm posting Phil's coffee or Ko-fi link in the chat right now. Please, 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 if you are able to help in any way, shape, or form, feel free to help. Especially with like the current community members right now that are helping out with the game. And if you don't have to be somebody who's in the industry. If you love the game, if you wanted to see it come along like really well, then please support Phil. And Phil, thank you for having this dev interview with me. I'm glad that we actually managed to go through all the questions within the hour. Because yeah, like I said, I know you have a lot of stuff to do, and if you don't mind, just an extra like 5 or 10 minutes, can we possibly get some community questions in the chat, and you can kind of like fire it off like really quick, and then we can send you on your way, because I know you have a lot of stuff to do. So Yami right now, Yami is asking, just curious, are there any current plans for vanity equipments or transmog type for both armors and weapon and coloring equips? I think, yeah. Will we eventually have like a transmog system? Maybe like a quote unquote like skin like equipment slot that you can put equipment in and you get the look but not the stats or something like that?
Is it more like cosmetics or like just transmog?
More like cosmetics, I would say. Or yeah.
Yeah, cosmetics. I mean, I'd love to have cosmetics, but like the issue is it feels like it takes longer to make a cosmetic than an actual item in the game.
Yeah.
Um, so, but yeah, like down the line, definitely, because it will help with monetization as well without being pay to win. Yeah,
Yeah.
so definitely all for it.
Oh,
Yeah.
there you go. And in terms of like transmog, like let's say like when people like, again, this could be also cosmetics as well in the cash shop. But in case like transmog is a thing too, like especially if people like the look of a certain piece of equipment in the game currently, that is not cosmetic. But again, Phil will talk about that at a later date when it comes to like what we're gonna do with that. Like maybe we could have like a cash shop item that can help like do the transmog thing. Maybe it can be an in-game thing as well. But we'll see. Send a kiss to Phil from and hugs to Phil from Brazil. You got it, Mombero. Is he playing RO3 alpha test? Are you?
Oh, no, I'm not in the alpha test.
Hmm.
Like, I'm in the Discord though, so I've been checking it out.
All right. Yeah. Yeah. Would you like to?
Yeah, sure. Like, it'll be cool. Like, it looks really cool.
Yeah, I can definitely hook you up with a key on that one, because we just won the finals in the Guild League tournament that they had. So I'll have a lot more. I'll send it your way as soon as they give it to me. And Nugget is saying battlegrounds or arena. Will we have them? Or are they planned? Nah, yeah, are they planned? No promises
Battleground.
yet.
Arena is like PvP, right?
Yeah, yeah, like the Yo-Yo arena in RO before.
Oh, I mean, Kalen already made one. I just have to like implement it. So yeah, definitely have PvP arena. Battlegrounds is a bit more involved, so I haven't thought about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. And let's see. Yama Whale says, will there be wings?
I think so.
I,
I got some wings ready to go, but some people didn't like it.
yeah. Well, again, there's a lot of ways to do wings, and I'm pretty sure that
Yeah.
people will like certain ones and they will dislike certain ones. It's all about taste. Like I said, art style is too subjective. So
Mm.
yeah. Let's see. Phil, will you consider having user suggested / created items? And this is a question by Phoenix, which is this is something that I actually saw in Rest in Peace Maple Story 2. Kind of like implemented this a little bit as well. And user created items being put into like the cash shop cosmetic store, and when people bought it, the developer would get like 75% of it, or something like that, and then the person who made the cosmetic got 25% of that or something like that. Is this something that you would like consider having in the game as well?
Um, I mean, sure, but I have to work out the logistics of that.
Yeah, yeah. It's
I
an
haven't done
idea.
that before.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I can definitely
but
see.
there's actually a forum for people to design items, like in terms of mechanics. Like, not many people have used it yet.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, there
there's
you
that.
go. There you go. Yeah, so in terms of like, I mean, what better way to know what people want in terms of cosmetics if other than to like let them make it themselves or hire somebody to make it themselves, and then you can put it on there, which should be I think would probably a lot less work for you as well. But
Yeah.
again, the logistics of that is going to be a whole new topic by itself, so we can't really quite, I understand why we can't really like discuss that right now. But it's an idea. It definitely is an idea. Um, and let's see what else here. We have 4 minutes left to get into these questions because I want to be really like exact with the time here. I don't want to waste Phil's time more than we have. So what do you think about the Brazilian community? That's a very specific question.
I think they're like really passionate about RO, and it kind of threw me off a bit. Because one day there was 0 Brazilians, next day there was 200 Brazilians,
Yeah.
and like half El server were Brazilian. Yeah, so pretty cool.
Yeah, there you go. So W Brazil always has been a huge like Brazilian community in MMORPGs. Every time I play an MMO and there's a Brazilian guild, they usually come in droves. So they're very very active, very very passionate about like the MMORPG communities, especially RO like games from what I've noticed. So that's good. Um Yami says, currently loving this game, and I will do my best and my part in advertising this game. Thank you, Yami. And Lyric is asking, any chance for a monk-like class in the future? I think we have in the job advancement sheet, but I'll let you speak on that one.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, of course, like it's in the plan. I don't know if it'll be what you want, but there will be some kind of monk. Um,
No Asura.
yeah.
No Asura, no one shot.
I,
Okay.
I mean, it's more based on like Dragon Ball Z at the moment, like
Ooh.
Kamehameha, or
Ooh.
like Tree of Saviors monk has that as well. So
Yeah.
it'll be that, but better.
Oh, oh my God. Okay. You know what? Oh, I might have to try out Monk. I know we have Shinobi and a Wizard soon, right? So me
Yeah.
as a rogue main right now, I'm auto clone. I'm just saying, I don't know. I don't know what it looks gonna look like yet, but I see auto clone and I'm like, yeah, that's my class. Let's see. What else do we have here? Any questions? Base building or homestead? Are we gonna have that like a housing system or a guild
Um,
house, so to speak?
Maybe like a guild hangout would be cool. But if everyone went home to their houses, I think the town would be pretty empty, right?
Yeah, it's true. That is true. Um, yeah, I mean, if anything, like I said, the homestead, like probably where you just like have certain crafting stuff on queue or something like that. But yeah, like I said, there's a lot of like really good features that people can think of, like housing, but at the same time, like you said, or like auction house, which is really convenient. But at the same time, it's like you want the game to feel alive. You want the game to feel, organically, like just like alive. So I think that's why that's one of the reasons why that might not be in consideration, or it's on the back end right now, right? um
Yeah, it's not really in my Trello yet.
yeah.
So
Yeah. And Hendra, I was asking about like Hendra, we actually discussed already the we are I think you're gonna go for more of like a vending aspect more than a marketplace aspect, right? Is what he's asking.
Yeah,
Yeah.
vending. Yeah, I think so. I'll try out vending first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that would be a good idea. And let's see. How about item stat transfer? Which I'm guessing they want to transfer like substats, like agility to like another item or something like that.
I think there'll be a lot of backlash for that.
Yeah.
They're
Is
already
it?
saying it's too easy, so
Mm-hmm.
yeah, probably not.
Yeah. Is there going to be anything like yellow, red, or black zones from Albion? Like PvP zones where people contest nodes or guilds contest nodes? So I think he's asking also for like if there's going to be a faction system as well.
I mean, I haven't thought about that stuff at all. I think only a minority likes actual forced PvP though,
Mm-hmm.
so yeah, I don't
Yeah.
think that's something I'll add.
Yeah. Oh, another thing too, just like RO, will we be able to tame monster? I'm guessing like from the aspect of instead of having a cactus tank summon for a summoner, you could have like a giant skeleton monster to tank for you instead or something like that. Is that something that you've thought of?
Yeah, like a pet system like RO. Um, I mean, that's actually not too hard to add because I already have the summoner, right? The issue is right now I don't want these pets to override like a summoner.
Mm-hmm.
Like if everyone suddenly has pets, then it takes away from the summoner, I feel like. So
Yeah.
that's what I was thinking about right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
But like my vision was, there's a screen of pet eggs, and then you kind of collect all these eggs, and then you can take out which pet you want. That was my
Ooh.
original vision, yeah.
Ooh. That looks, I'm not gonna lie, that looks good. That sounds good to me. Um, uh, and Vakadis is asking, any plans for like catchy drop rate sounds, like when like when a rare card or something like that drops, that it's like when you're hunting for something and you hear the like ting, kind of like they look like it's like a sound effect, and you're like, wait, it dropped, something like that, and because I know that adds to the experience as well. So that's what Vikatis was asking here for that dopamine
Yeah,
effect.
I feel like we need one. I just need to find a good sound effect, or someone can
Yeah,
make it.
yeah, exactly. Community, find something, and we, if people suggest it, like, and this is something that you do that we love as well, is that you poll everything. So that would be a really easy way to collect some of that, and then have the community kind of like decide on it. Um, let's see, but I mean, like, let's see. Will you be able to use pets as mounts?
Um, I think it'll be a different system. Like you're not gonna mount a bunny, are you? Like, it's just more.
The poor bunny.
So, so I
Yeah,
think like maybe specific monsters could
yeah,
become mounts. Yeah,
yeah.
that'll be cool.
Yeah. And then last question here, because we are reaching the end of the time here. Will there be, when we're catching pets, will there be like a shiny function, kind of like in Pokemon, where you have a low chance to, when you capture a pet, that it's a different color, a unique color? Um, like for all the pet catchers, all the Pokemon like lovers out there that love to go out and capture these pets, and would love to be able to flex or even sell for like zen or gold, right?
Right.
The shinies, or just have that as like a flex to people that you have this like shiny pet.
Yeah, I mean, why not? It's like so easy to add. Just who
Yes.
shifts shader.
Oh my god. Okay, so that, oh my goodness, like, yeah, that, I feel like that's also something that you could just like add pretty easily into the game, but add so much content for players. Um
Yeah, I know, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Um and then yeah, so that's it for the day. I will be uploading this video by probably by tonight or tomorrow. But yeah, thank you, everybody for coming in. Phil, much appreciated. Like I'm really grateful that you came out here today, because I know that the community, my community, and I'm sure the rest of like the other people and communities that love Spirit Vale and with what it currently is right now in alpha testing, and looking forward to more, especially with the second job classes being planned and slowly rolling out. That you gave us the time of day today to be able to answer these questions and really get us hyped for the content that's coming. And best of luck to you. I really genuinely love this project, and I really believe in it. And I will, again, on my part, on my end, I will do everything I can to get the game out there, and so more people can join in the community and really appreciate the a game that's made by a player for players. So thank you, Phil. If you have any closing statements, if you have any links, if you have any, I know I posted your Kofi link already, and I'll repost it again there. Is there any other links or any other socials that you would wanna, or any closing statements that you have before we head out?
Well, thanks everyone for supporting my game, and yeah, it's really motivating to see people who actually like the game. Yeah, I
Love
think
the
it'll
game.
keep me going. Yeah. Yeah. So
Yeah.
thanks.
Yeah. All right. Any socials at all that you'd want to promote? Do you have a YouTube for your game like development, like videos? Are you gonna be able to are you gonna be using like live stream on YouTube or Twitch to have like dev streams or anything like that?
Probably not. Like the Discord is busy enough as is.
that's
So
that's true.
yeah, you can join the Discord.
Yeah. And in terms of the Spirit Vale Discord, I will also link that in the chat here. Everybody, if you are in that Discord, if you would be so kind, if you have any free boosts, especially if you have Discord Nitro, let's donate Nitro into that. Let's boost the server so we can get our own vanity link for the Spirit Vale, so we can have a discord.gg/Spirit Vale or something like that. But yeah, Phil, thank you so much, and hopefully we get the updates, and we can do a follow-up interview after the alpha, with all the good stuff that's coming. Yeah.
Yeah, sounds
Thank you,
good.
thank you. You have a good day, Phil, and sorry for
Yeah,
keeping
you
you
too.
longer than it's intended. You have a good one.
Oh, good. We're on time.
Yeah, right. Oh man. All right, chat. That right there was Phil Yum, the developer for Spirit Vale, who was kind enough to give us this dev interview today. I will be editing this video today, and just so it has better chance of algorithm, I'm going to be uploading it at a time tomorrow where it can have the most like amount of traffic. It won't be monetized, obviously. My whole goal for the interview was not to have a video that can be monetized. My whole goal for the video is to have something that I'm not a developer, so there's certain things that I can contribute to give attention to the game, and this is like one of the things that I can do to contribute to the game and getting it out there and letting people kind of like know that it's out there, it exists. So I'm gonna have it out there. There's no ads, no monetization. It is solely going to be for promoting the game and making sure that the game gets out there, and making sure that the game gets like even more attention, it gets even more love, and gets even more support. And again, let's if you have it on the coffee link, if you have a server boost available, boost the server as well. So we can get that Spirit Vale, vanity link that's that I think at this point in time that the game deserves. So shortly here, actually in a little bit sooner or later towards the afternoon, I'm going to be streaming again. The only reason why I'm ending the stream early right now is so I can go ahead and edit the video in advance, have it uploaded, and have it have the YouTube algo kind of like give that 24-hour period where it identifies the best audience for this. And as soon as it uploads tomorrow, I will be pinning it in the Dynasty Discord. I will be posting it in the SpiritVale Discord as well. And again, I encourage everybody in the community, if you have your own Discord, share it out there as well. Get the game out there, get the name of the game out there, because it's been a while. It's been a while since we've seen a game that generally feels like it's been made to be a game that people actually enjoy, and not something that has like corporate behind it, questioning every feature, questioning every decision, whether it's profitable or not. And it's I mean, I gotta say, talking to Phil today, and coming like kind of like hearing a little bit of his background, and what led him to making SpiritVale, and the reasoning that he had for making SpiritVale definitely is a really good kind of like backstory for what we've had today. But yeah, I'm gonna head out for now. I'm gonna be stopping the stream here for now. I will be live again later this afternoon. We're gonna be streaming ROMC. I think and in the evening we're gonna be streaming Black Desert, and in the middle of all that we're gonna be doing SpiritVale as well. And yeah, I'm gonna edit the video as soon as I close the stream, and then time to get busy. Yeah. Dev has Giga Chad jawline. Actually, yeah, like I was noticing that too. I was like, damn, like we have a Giga Chad Dev, bro. Yeah, I'll end the stream here, boys. Thank you everybody for coming through. I'll have the video up by tomorrow or tonight. It really depends. Like I just want to let it simmer for a little bit so the YouTube algo knows the best people to kind of like promote the video to. Yeah, I'll catch you guys later. Good night, and I'll see you guys in probably like a few hours, maybe like 7, 8, 9 hours.